Hi, another vlog on TK Arena.
Yeah.
And this week we're talking about mini notes. I got myself a new toy this week, which is the HP 2133 mini note.
Now, this is one of the units I looked at Computex in Taipei,
Yes.
right? At the VIA booth.
Yes, you can find them all over the place. VIA, their processors, the C7M, have been used in a lot of designs similar to this, although this one I haven't seen all of them in person, but this one looks to be the most well constructed and solid.
I had a look at all these units in person at Computex on both Intel's booth with their Atom-based ones, and also on VIA's booth with all their mini notes, and that was definitely the nicest unit I saw there.
Definitely, yeah. The other ones, even people say about the Asus ePCs as well, they're kind of a bit like a toy because they're so light.
They're light, they're flimsy,
yeah.
but it's a really solid construction. It just feels solid, you know.
Yeah.
The keyboard's the right size too. It's a full, is it 93% size keyboard?
I don't know what the actual stats are, but I can tell you that I do type quite fast, and I can type almost at full speed on this keyboard. It feels good too, you know, like sometimes these types of units are new in PCs that I've used before as well. It just has a totally different feel to them than a regular keyboard, whereas this one is, it's really easy to use. Yeah. So I'm really happy with it. Also the trackpad at the bottom there is also, it's great.
Well, it's HP, they do business notebooks, that's what they specialise in, and you can't really go too wrong. What other features has it got on it?
It's got Bluetooth, wireless internet connectivity.
What standard is it, G or N, do you know?
No, actually I don't know off the top of my head. This one's running Windows Vista Business, but you can get it running all different varieties of Vista and also XP as well.
It's got a little webcam built in there and microphone and all that as well.
Speakers are built into either side of the screen area as well. But it's just, it's a really clean design. Yeah.
I like the way the monitor kind of basically goes back and sits behind.
That's as far as it goes. It doesn't sort of go completely flat, but
but it's not your traditional clamshell that kind of rotates back a little bit.
Whether
that's better for the hinges or not, I'm not too sure. But,
possibly. I don't know. It's quite comfy on
it
your
looks
lap
cool,
as well. It does. It's lightweight, but it's still heavy enough that if you are sitting like on a couch or something, typing on your lap, it's not moving around while you're typing. So
I'm a fan of the OQO and all. I do like those units, but they're not really anywhere near as practical as what those.
Well, I think it's interesting actually when UMPCs first came out, or ultra mobile devices, whatever you want to call them. There's so many acronyms and things out there now. I always sort of thought, this is just sort of the start of miniaturising the x86 platform, so that you've got basically a convergence of like smartphones and portable computers.
Right.
But it hasn't really turned out that way. Instead, things have actually got a bit bigger than the original UMPCs.
Right. So we went a bit too extreme, you think, with the.
I think that day will come, but the hardware was not quite ready yet to
until we get like a complete verbal interface to your UMPC type thing. That's when we'll go smaller. But for as long as you have to type, for people like yourself who are fast typers, and even me when I'm, when I type a blog on the road or reply to emails, it's the OQOs that I have typed whole blogs on the OQO and all before.
What about like BlackBerry type devices? You could have theoretically a device as small as a BlackBerry, but that it's a complete PC. Yes,
but still the interface to it, the keyboard interface, is what's holding them back.
Yeah.
And I've watched people use their iPhones and everything else. And yes, the keyboard's great on it, but it's no replacement for a full size.
Well, actually, I think what's really holding it back is battery life.
Yeah. Oh, well, that as well. That's the second thing, right? So you've got the whole interface side of things. And then battery, how long can it last for?
Yeah.
Give me a unit that size that lasts 5 hours over a unit that's half the size that lasts 2 hours.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's why it hasn't sort of converged mobile phones and PCs being into the one unit, because you want your mobile phone to be able to... everyone is accustomed to mobile phones these days, a battery charge lasting for days.
Yeah.
Like over a week with some models.
I get like 4 or 5 days out of my little Sony
Ericsson
phone.
So, it would be shocking to think that you'd suddenly have to start charging your mobile phone a couple of times a day.
Well, on the other side of things, things like a cafe now have PowerPoints in all their seats and all the airways, Cafe Pacific. all their economy class, everything has PowerPoints in it. So they're going to see the need for consumer devices on the go. But this type of unit above has the benefit of being able to fit behind one of those seats with no problems at all, compared to my big MSI notebook, which is just way too big to have there.
And very lightweight too for carrying around the airport and travel.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. And carrying around shows with you and everything else, having all your data on there, presentation videos and everything else.
I mean, obviously these units are not great for gaming, but if you're just typing and doing emails,
that's actually something I do want to have a look at that. I want to install some of the basic games and whatever else and see if you can actually play them. Just Warcraft 3 and actually get to play on it fine. There's no a couple of racing games. Card games and stuff like that, you can still play
definitely card games. You
could, so there is some gaming applications, some pastime strategy stuff. But I mean, and considering the OQO play World of Warcraft, I've got no doubt whatsoever that they'll be able to play World of Warcraft as well.
Yeah.
So, it's.
But look, I'm very happy with this. I had an older laptop, a full size, not quite desktop replacement, but still pretty
EPC
chunky. I think it's like 7.5 kilos or something.
Yes.
And I'm going on a trip in a couple of weeks, and that laptop's just dead. The hardware's died.
Yeah, it's pretty
so I didn't replace the laptop by getting another full-size one. I went for a UMPC mini note, whatever you want to call them. And so far I'm really happy with it, and I think it's going to be great for travelling with.
Definitely. I mean, that's, I think my next notebook replacement would be, for travelling especially, will be one of these units. The CPU speeds are getting faster, battery life's getting longer.
They're only
and what you can do with what you can do with them is getting greater all the time. There's certain things you need on the road, and certain things you don't need on the road.
That's true.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It's good to see. It's a good market. It's growing all the time, and it's going to be great for kids at school and everything else. We don't have to carry around big chunky notebooks all the time. So.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for this week. And
you thought you had nothing to talk about this week, and now what about your notebook? There we go. So that's this week's blog, the HP Mini Note 2133. Check it out.
Bye.
See ya.